Today, consumers want to know what's in their food. Now, shoppers are looking for healthy, sustainable, and transparent sources.
Previously, consumers made their purchase behaviors based on three things: price, taste, and convenience. Today, they still care about those three things, but there's much more in their buying decisions. It now also includes things like the health and wellness of the product. What's the nutritional value of that? And is the product safe to eat? Further yet, it's what does the producer stand for? Are they socially responsible? So consumers really are making their decision on a much broader set of requirements today.
The proliferation of food contamination incidents around the globe has put food quality and safety risks at the forefront of many consumers' minds.
It's really about safety. The big story here in the United States, and actually it ripples out globally, is the Food Safety Modernization Act that went into effect 2 or 3 years ago. It was the first update since 1938 to U.S. food safety laws. And prior to that, the laws were all based around recalls. What do you do if there's a problem? How do you react to it? How do you get product off the shelves? How do you get the word out to consumers? The Food Safety Modernization Act decided to take it a step farther and put the emphasis on preventing those incidents from happening in the first place. So the big impact on the food industry under the new laws is that you as a food manufacturer or processor are expected to have or develop a very high degree of visibility into your entire food chain all the way back to the source, your supply chain.
Well, transparency if you take the economic perspective, a commercial perspective, the market is regulated by supply and demand. So if the suppliers know more what the demand will be, they can plan better and avoid risks in terms of fluctuations of the prices and premiums in the market. So transparency in this sense is very helpful to companies so that they can plan ahead and create a more stable environment for the business. In terms of the social responsibility and environmental aspects is also important because they could avoid bad exposure and damage to their brand, having more transparency in the supply chain.
FoodChain ID provides transparency throughout the supply chain by providing a wide portfolio of services, and those include certification and verification services, traceability services, risk assessment, and product testing. And together, this provides objective evidence to allow customers and companies to validate their claims.
FoodChain ID offers testing, inspection, and certification services around the world. Our testing business has a portfolio of testing capabilities that include safety testing, things like pathogen, allergen testing. Also, we do testing for GM. We also have speciation testing, which is really authenticity to say, is that meat product in fact the meat that it's claiming on the label? Is it that particular kind of fish? The second service line is called certification. So we offer safety certification, we offer non-GMO certification, we offer USDA organic certification. So if you want to make a claim that your product is compliant with USDA organic. And then technical services, we offer products like Horizon Scan or non-GMO verification.
One of the technologies that we've developed in-house here to support transparency into the supply chain is a software platform called SupplyTrack. And initially it was built to support a certain type of verification to a third-party standard for non-GMO. And we found that to support that, we needed to create a technology where our clients, the applicants for that certificate, could go online and create a map of their supply chain, explain what their ingredients are and where they came from, and then our evaluators here on this end could go into that record and evaluate each of those ingredients and confirm whether or not it met the criteria of the standard. And so now we have a database that has something like 2,600 different food companies who have mapped their supply chains in SupplyTrack. By doing that supply chain mapping, where we can look at those ingredients, not just through the lens of does it comply with a particular standard, but we can also layer in things like we've had an alert about, let's say, cumin, a spice from India. And we think that could impact you as a client. So we're going to send you an alert letting you know that there's a potential problem that you might want to get ahead of.
One of the things that folks are looking for more now than ever is understanding what's in their food and where their food comes from. The USDA organic seal is something that we offer here at FoodChain ID That's been very popular. It continues in double-digit growth. And in addition to that, the non-GMO Project Verified seal, which is specifically there to allow consumers choice, the right to know what's in their food, if their food has been genetically modified or if there's ingredients that contain genetically modified organisms. And those two seals are largely complementary.
FoodChain ID leads the way in GMO and authenticity testing because of its experience and the high level of knowledge we acquired during the last 20 years in performing these test types. FoodChain ID is a global group. We have a global view on things. That means we have a lab in Brazil, we have a lab in US and a lab in Germany. Therefore, we see what's happening in different regions according to GMO modifications. And that means we have a deep exchange of knowledge, deep exchange of the experience within local markets, and therefore we can deliver best and perfect services to our clients.
It is important to have the knowledge of these standards and also to follow up all the implementation and the review of the standard. So what we can offer to the customer is kind of deep knowledge of the different standards, and then based on that, provide the suitable service according to the need of the company. When you are a global organic company, it's very important, it's crucial to work with a certifier which have a multi-standard recognition and accreditation that can offer an integrated service implementing the different standards in one certification. On the same time, if you are a local company that are interested to go globally, you need to have a certification service by a certifier which is recognized globally and can give an integrated service.
One of the biggest challenges that our customers face is managing the complexity of the supply chain, and it's even getting more complex as the years go on. What most customers have also come to realize is that they don't always necessarily have the systems, the processes, or the internal expertise to manage all of the data that's required to meet the various standards. This has led to the advent of outsourced third-party partners that are able to help them manage their data, manage the processes, and make sure that the information that they gather is all in one place, all under one platform, to be able to quickly and efficiently manage their data. What companies are also looking to do is to be able to assess what risks might exist in the marketplace today throughout a very complex global supply chain, which has led to more and more services and features that are able to provide real-time updates on food fraud, food contamination, and food safety issues that are occurring around the globe.
When selecting a certification body, it's important to understand the quality of service and the competence of the auditors. At FoodChain ID, we have a large base of competent auditors who have industry experience and a great knowledge of product safety and quality management systems.
What's interesting is that, especially with millennials and the younger generation, these greater global challenges that society is facing are becoming more and more talked about, more present in people's awareness. And so the importance of making sure that my decisions as a consumer actually have a positive impact to make a responsible decision that serves not only myself, but also the rest of society.